water cycle. And the fourth one that we haven't even talked about yet, which is the community dynamics. Is this community of living organisms getting more and more complex or more and more simplified? But you think about this, we had 14.5 inches of rain. Margaret probably gets more than I do because she's a little higher elevation, and
Sure.
she's probably well over 15 inches. But look what I'm seeing. Look what you're seeing. Look at this stuff that's covering the soil. Is that this year's grass? That's last year's grass that had 15 inches of rainfall, and my God, it's still there. It's all laying down. Well, not all of it. Certainly we got these guys that are standing up and these guys that are standing up, but so much of the grass just laid over. And how effective was the biological decay?
Low. Very low.
So what do you think feeds soil life? Do you think there's any energy or nutrients in this old crap that could feed life? So if anybody has a match, I'll bet we could answer the question. I'll bet this stuff would burn. I'll bet it would burn so hot that Margaret would grab my shovel and beat me unmercifully. But you also see patches of stuff that's not gray. Is that this year's growth?
Yes.
Because it's brown, yellowish colors? Yeah. So it turns out in any seasonal rainfall environment, what Savory discovered was that you've got to have effective biological decay of the old litter, or it can accumulate to the point where if they're perennial grasses, you can have a bunch grass that will go see, start to accumulate all this dead black gray stuff, and now the sunlight can no longer get down to the growing points, because the growing points on the grassland species are predominantly down at the soil surface level, because these grasslands evolved with great herds of wildlife, huge herds of wildlife. And they were smart enough to put their buds down at the soil surface level. And what do you think happens to the buds on a perennial bunch grass if all you've got is this covering up everything? And you can't even get sunlight down to the growing points of the grasses. This stuff has got so much surface gray because it was such a horrible environment that even the seedlings couldn't get enough sunlight to grow successfully. They might germinate, but they had to go up through this great big thick mass of crap, and they probably died from lack of sunlight before they ever got tall enough. Now some species can handle that thick stuff. Oh, here's one. Here's one. So, if you are an Italian thistle or a fennel or a mustard or this bristly oxtongue, man, you've got a pretty good chance of tolerating even that thick thatch. Any questions?
Wait, what is this weed?
It's called bristly oxtongue.
Okay.
And if you look down at the leaves, it's got these little tiny little things that make it bristly. My cows love to eat it.